In a quiet corner of the countryside where the sky turned orange every evening and buffaloes walked slowly along dusty paths, there was a small village called Ranipur. That's where Ali lived, an 11-year-old boy with bright eyes, a big heart, and bare feet. Ali lived with his parents and younger sister in a small mud house with a tin roof. Life was simple. Every morning, he woke up to the sound of roosters and the smell of fresh chapati. His mother, Amina, would pack him a small lunch of roti and jaggery, while his father, Karim, left early to tend to the fields. Ali's school was a 10-minute walk away, past the banyan tree and across the narrow stream. He loved learning, but what he loved even more was coming home and running through the mustard fields with his best friends. They played with marbles, raced paper boats in the pond, and sometimes climbed mango trees just to get the ripest fruit. One of Ali's favorite places was the village tea stall. Not because he drank tea, but because that's where all the stories were told. The elders sat on wooden benches, sipping slowly and talking about the weather, the crops, and sometimes the world beyond the village. Ali would sit quietly nearby, listening. Every Friday, the village held a small market. People came from nearby villages to sell vegetables, spices, clothes, and sometimes handmade toys. Ali would help his mother carry bags and always try to save a coin or two to buy a sweet. His favorite was gurpeta, soft and warm from the vendor's cart. Though Ranipur was peaceful, life wasn't always easy. In the summer, the heat cracked the ground and dried up the village pond. Electricity came and went like a passing cloud. Sometimes there wasn't enough water for the crops, and Karim would sit silently under the neem tree, wiping sweat from his face with a faded scarf. But even in the hardest times, the village stayed united. Neighbors helped each other. If one family had extra rice, they shared. If someone's cow was sick, the whole village came to help. People didn't have much, but they had each other. One day, the village school announced a drawing competition. Ali was excited. He had no colored pencils, so he borrowed a few from his friend Ravi. For 3 days, he worked after school, sitting by the lamp and sketching. He drew his village, the fields, the trees, the cows, and the people. When he showed it to his teacher, she smiled and said, "Ali, you didn't just draw a picture, you drew life." Ali won first prize, a small box of new crayons. But more than that, he felt proud. His village, so small on the map, was full of beauty. And through his drawing, he showed the world how special it really was. Because to Ali, Ranipur wasn't just home. It was his whole world.